Well, good morning, people. Well, it's not morning, it's afternoon. It's Heidi from Heidi's Road to Happiness, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to be talking about, life and why are we here, and the secret. What's the secret to life, right? I mean, that's a pretty big question. I think everybody has their own answers to that, or maybe they haven't even thought about it. They're just walking through every day, just trying to get through the day. I mean, I used to be like that. Oof. I used to be like that a lot for a very long time. A lot of it has to do with just sitting down with yourself, right? You got to find time for yourself and just be calm and peaceful in your own being and in your own place. For a lot of people, that's a hard place to go and a hard thing to do. Whiskey. So, let me just start with this. We got to figure out what life is about, right? For each person, it's something different. Why are we here? What's the point of it all, right? So you got to ask yourself, well, for me, what's going to make me happy? Do you think it's things? Money? I don't think things make you happy. I mean, it makes life more convenient, you know, maybe. Hang on, just unplugging my phone. Give me a second here. Because I got to put my feet up. I'm getting comfy. Ah, dang damn it. Small motor skills don't work very well. There we go. Okay. So, like I said, is it things? Is it money? You can have all the money in the world and not be happy. Maybe you live with a bitch. Maybe you're hanging out with an arsehole. Who knows? I mean, you don't know what makes you happy until you're happy, till you find it, right? You're searching for it. You think you know what it is. And then, like I said before, you get there. You get the 2.2 kids and the beautiful house and the greatest job ever. You're in love with your man. What the hell? Not happy. You've got to find that inside of you, right? And that starts with love. Love, you got to love yourself. But, I mean, that's for your own happiness. But for most people, we're all trying to figure out why we're here. And I don't know, is it money? A lot of us think it is, and we work real hard. Some of us are very good in what we do, and we make that money. I know my shirt last week was all too big. No, this week it's too tight. But anyway, I don't think it's money. To be comfortable is good. That's a good, happy place to be. You got a roof, you got food, you got a job, you got people who love you. That's a good place to be, okay? It's not the fame and fortune. Like, it might be cool to be a movie star, but you got to put up with the paparazzi. There's always something bad, but there's something good. Got to be careful for what you wish for. I mean, I'd wish, and not only wish, but kind of manifest it. Because everything I wanted to do, I got to do, which is kind of weird, right? And I still didn't find happiness. I'm telling you. Like, the first thing was, well, I wanted to be a singer. That brought me a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. Okay, that did. And if I could do it today, on this day, I'd be on stage singing today because I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It made me feel full, like joyous, not full. But yeah, and I was good. Okay, I wasn't like oh, but I was good. I held my own. I could do it, and I even sometimes surprised myself at what I could do. Um, but after that, I became the what did I do after that? Oh, we started up our own business at the Silverado, and we put our PA system in there, and yeah, we did good. I mean, I pulled it together. I ran the restaurant in there after the road. That was good, but then it burnt down. We lost everything, like everything. Um, and that's another story for another day. But I mean, I manifested the fact that I wanted to be the manager of the outpost when I was there, and I did it. I became the manager of the outpost when I was there. I was pretty much the only one who didn't lose money with my grade 10 education. And then after that, when I worked at Sunset, I wanted to be the manager of the sales division, and I got that too. And, I mean, it was an extremely challenging job, and hospitality and entertainment to underground apartments. Um, I was too much of a softie. I couldn't do the hard stuff, right? And I was always looking through my rose-colored glasses because I was trying to keep my shit together. So I'm glad I was told to step down. I was told to step down. Mind you, there's another reason for that, but anyway, the reason that I'm talking about that is you can get more money and more money and more money, and it's never enough because I was still struggling. We were still struggling. Didn't matter, right? Fame. Yeah, we were popular on the road. I was known for Heidi from Boardwalk. Yes, I was. I was popular. But so what? What's the best thing? Who are we trying to impress, right? I'm always trying to impress my dad when I was a kid and younger, my family, mostly my friends. But, at the end of the day, was I happy? That's the big thing, right? So, but then again, life is full of fun and excitement. But still, what is the secret? Why aren't we happy? Well, it took me a long time to figure it out, but I did have some time down, right? I had the nervous breakdowns and the stroke, so I had time to understand what it was and figure it out. And this is what I've come up with, okay? The secret to life, my mantra to live by, is to give and receive as much love as possible. To learn as much as you can, to share your knowledge with others, and to do the right thing. That's it. That's it. Find a job you love, okay? That helps. But I mean, in all reality, that's pretty much basically it. Be true to you, right? If something doesn't feel right, you're in the wrong place. You are who you hang with. That's a big one. When I first heard that, it was taken out of context for me because it was a sales manager trying to get me to sell more and be more like a salesperson. So in other words, get rid of your friends in their frickin' jeans and baseball hats. Go find people in suits and hang with them guys because that's who you want to be. You want to be that guy. And I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Well, don't you want to eat in a keg every night? I'm like, no, I'll get real fat. And he's like, well, you got to change your mentality. And I'm like, I don't want to. I want to be that, right? So that was my downfall, really, when it comes to being corporate management. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So, but remember, life is who you hang with, and that's kind of true. Because, I used to hang with people that weren't very good, drank a lot, and I drank a lot. And when I first started drinking, I drank a lot for a long time. And then I quit drinking for about 18 years. Yeah, smoked a lot of pot. That's what I did. But the reality is that, when you hang with the drunks, you're going to drink. And then you might end up with a problem. And they're not always the best people to hang out with because they're not always making the right choices for themselves. So if you hang with negative people, you're going to feel negative all the time. My ex was a very negative person. And I kept saying that, you're just so negative. Like, can we get out of the negative? Like, why do you gotta be there? So, but if you live in negativity and you think negative all the time, you're gonna be negative. And that's a fact. That's what's gonna happen. If you're around angry people all the time, you're gonna start to feel angry, right? That's a natural course, especially if you're an empath kind of thing, right? Because you can feel that all the time. And until you learn that you can put it down, you're just carrying that around as well as all your own shit. When you hang out with happy people, you feel good. You laugh, you have a good time. Why not hang with happy people? Why not be happy? It's up to you, right? You can wake up, like I said before, you can wake up in a pissy mood and you could just carry that all day. It's on your head. It's your choice to change the way you feel, change the way you think. So it took me a while to do that. I had to walk a mile in people's shoes, and I had to turn the situation around and look at it from the other side. And I learned a lot, right? Just because that's how I feel doesn't mean it's real. When you think you're in love, not necessarily. If you think you feel, doesn't mean it's real. Sometimes you're wondering if it's just out of, habit. My dad used to say, is it a habit or is it love? That's a good question, do you feel like it's duty? You got to stay in a situation where you are because it's your duty to stay there because you signed that contract? I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at stuff, right? And remember, I'm looking at it from my perspective, and I talk to you from my what. So I mean, what I'm saying to you might not be what you're going through, but you might be able to turn it into maybe you understand what I'm trying to say. So I mean, I got a great job, okay, and every morning I wake up, and sometimes I'm waking up way too damn early because I got issues in the house, or I just wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't go back to sleep. But when I go to work, I like my job, and I choose to make my life more magical, more exciting, more fun, okay? Because I can, that's my job. I can do that. It's my option. So I got some tunes. My radio doesn't work in the van. And I noticed when I started putting on my own playlists, because they're kind of weird. I got Fun and Funky, chilling at the lounge. You know, just, it depends on who's with me in the cab and how I feel that day. I remember last week I picked up a chick and we had some, what's that guy? Nickelback going. And there's that one part where he stops and he laughs. And I just started cackling like a crazy bitch. And the chick in the back was laughing, but looked kind of scared. And I said, "Good morning." And she's like, but I don't care anymore, right? I'm going to be happy. And I'm going to make you happy. If you're in my cab, I'm going to entertain you. So we put on tunes. Sometimes they start singing before I do. Sometimes they're yelling, "Turn it up." I'm liking this, right? It wasn't like that for the first 3 years. So, you know, this is good. So I feel their energy and they feel my energy. Life is energy, right? Just spread that love around. Like, love is important. Happiness is important. Being kind to each other. Oh, I got to tell you my kind story this week, okay? Because, and I don't usually boast about the stories. I tell you I do stuff, but I'll tell you what I do. But this week was really weird. All in one day, okay? So hang on, I'm getting thirsty. I pick up this young lad, and he's in a place, okay? So we go to the mail, Shoppers, and there's supposed to be an exchange. His family sent him some cash from afar, and it went through the mail. So not because he didn't have, whatever, it had to go through the mail. So he could only do this at a Shoppers. So we did this on Saturday. Now Shoppers doesn't have a lot of money in their till. They didn't tell the young lad that. They just said, "We don't have enough here. You might want to try somewhere else." So we hopped back in my cab and we went to the next one. And that one also did not have any cash. But what he didn't say was the fact that they should have told him. Oh, geez, hang on, sorry. They should have told him that none of the Shoppers would have any money on the weekend, right? So by the time he gets back in the cab, it's a pretty hefty fare. And he explains his plight. And I'm like, "Oh, man, sucks to be you today. Look," and I said, "Look, I'll take care of the tab, okay, right now. We'll put it on my account, so neither one of us has to pay for it right now. And when you get your check cash, you can just reimburse me the cash. How's that?" That was fine. He was excited. I'm like, "Okay." So I drop him off at his house, but before he goes, I give him, I don't know, 8, 9 cigarettes, and I give him $50 in cash. Okay, and I don't usually do that, but I know where he lives, and he gave me his phone number, so I did that because, you know, they haven't eaten in a couple days, and that's just not right. So that's what I did. I'm not worried about it. We'll see how that goes, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to get back to me. Today's Monday. We'll see what happens. Anyway, moving forward through my day, I went to pay my mom and dad back for helping me out with my car because I had a $400 repair. Anyway, I repaid them, and they're like, "This is $50 too much. We gave you 50 for your birthday, remember?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I got $50. So that covered the $50 that I gave to that guy. How weird is that? And I'm like, okay. Then I'm driving, and another young lad hops in, and we were chatting, and it got kind of personal, but it was nice. And he gave me a $30 tip. And I'm like, "No, man, I can't take your money." Like, come on, $5 is good. Come on. No. I got my cash today. It's all good. You're a nice person. I'm like, "Well, okay, thank you kindly." And then I pick up a little lady whose house burnt down, and I know her. I pick her up all the time, and she just tipped me so outrageously. And I'm like, "Please stop tipping me like this. Just and then I made her give me a hug. But you see what happened there? I did something wonderful, and it came through tenfold. Like, I was not expecting any of that on that day, okay? And this is another thing I've seen, and that's just it's just my day. I try to do nice things all the time, and I'm not boastful. I want people to do that. It's very important, and it makes you feel so good inside, and you could tell the other person feels good too, right? They are so appreciative of the goodness. And so, but anyway, I was in Robbins the other day, not Robbins, Tim Hortons, and there was a young lad behind me, just got in. There was a chick at the counter, and she had a pretty large order. So she's trying to walk out, and now she's got to get the door. Well, the young lad behind me runs and hits the door open buttons for her so she can walk out with ease. She did not look up. She did not say thank you. She did nothing. She just walked out the door. And the young lad got back in line. I ordered my coffee, and I turned around and I said, I saw what you did. I appreciate what you did. Oh my gosh, you don't see that very often. And I made him feel so good. He's brimming ear to ear. And I tried to buy him a coffee, but I only had a toonie. I left my cash, and I said, I'm sorry, I was going to pay it forward. And he started laughing. He's like, no, that's okay. But when I left, he was still smiling, and but I made him feel good because he deserved that, right? Like, I seen that. I've gone up to people I have no idea who they are, and they're dressed well, and I just say they're like a freaking knockout today. Look at you. Oh, I do that. It starts to make you feel good, okay? In order to share that love and receive that love, you got to be willing to give that love. Just tell somebody they look good today. Compliment their shoes. I don't care what you do. Make them feel good. Make yourself feel good. Do something good. Even if you got to do something good for yourself. And not all the time. It's not all about you, okay? I've been doing that. Today I bought myself a light so I can do nighttime videos, because I can only do them around, this time of the day, or I don't get the proper light. And sometimes I'm not in the mood. So we're going to try doing some at night. I'm going to try and do a couple more here and there. I hope you like this one. It's a little bit different. Well, they're all not the same. I don't know what format to use. I'll probably just rely on this one because this feels most comfortable. And I don't have to keep jumping in with shit. But I'm just saying, that's about it for today. That's a secret, man. The secret to life is just to give and receive as much love as possible. And learn stuff. Share that shit. I learned a lot of stuff. And I'm sharing it today and last week and next week. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm sharing my shit. So hopefully I can teach you or learn you something, or open your eyes, or open your heart, something. Because the world needs a lot more love, and it needs a lot more, you. It needs a lot more you. So you, get off your ass, get out there, do a good deed, do something for yourself, have a nice meal, give yourself some love. Give me some love, damn it. Subscribe, like that channel. Hey, I kind of missed you. I'm glad I'm back. Talk to you later. Cheers.